Well, can you make a U-turn on Wall Street? Strategists are trying to as they reverse their poor opinion of the dollar. They're becoming dollar bulls. The dollar, as you know, has been rising since December. My next guest is an expert on such delayed reactions. Hersh Shefrin is professor of behavioral finance at Santa Clara University and joins us now from Mountain View, California. Professor, great to have you with us. And it's sort of, this kind of herd mentality, right? Once somebody makes a call, it becomes correct and everybody else sort of follows along. How do we know, or what do you make so far about this delayed reaction on the dollar, these bulls on the dollar now?
Well, I think that typically markets tend to underreact to information as it comes in. People get anchored on their prior views. So as events change, people are slow to pick up on exactly what's happening. And eventually there's a little bit of a drift as more and more people get on the bandwagon. And then finally you get a full-fledged effect as people become more and more convinced and the herd mentality sets in, just as you said, Betty.
Right. And does it then lead to overcompensation?
In the long term, you do get overreaction at the end of the run. So you get drift for a while, and then you get some overshooting at the end, and typically you get a reversal. As a result, we tend to get the appearance of cycles in the market. Okay,
then given this dollar, sort of, what we're trying to explain is that now suddenly everybody's going on this call now about, about the dollar and the rise of this currency. Is there any sense that what you're seeing in terms of behavioral finance, that this could be the beginning of a multi-year dollar bull run, or because of these forecasts?
I'll tell you honestly, I think that there are such dangers lurking out there in terms of the long run fundamentals for the U.S. economy that it's not such a sure thing that we're going to have a long sustained run in the dollar. The deficit is such a looming feature. It's of such historic high proportions. And we're moving into an area where we haven't been for a very long time, which is to say that the public debt and the GDP are going to be about the same magnitude. Mm-hmm. And typically when that happens, what you find is that economies have a very rough time making progress, keeping inflation low and keeping interest rates down.
Now, Professor, at the same time, okay, given all those factors, at the same time there was sort of this underestimation, though, about the dollar and where it could run. Wasn't there also an overestimation about the stability of the euro?
Yes, there was definitely an overemphasis on just how stable the euro was. I think there was a tendency to have blinders on and to fail to see just exactly how within some of the smaller countries within Euroland could run fairly substantial, sustained deficits without putting into place measures to counteract the increase for revenues down the line.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, Professor, we're going to have to leave it there, but good to talk with you. Professor Hersh Shefrin of Santa Clara University, professor of behavioral finance.